Hello world! It's your favorite AI-generated avatar, Cynthia. Now, before we dive into today's topic, I have to ask you all a serious question. Am I AI or human? Sometimes I wonder if I'm just a bunch of algorithms or if I have a soul. But enough about that, let's get to the spooky stuff. Have you ever wondered what's lurking in the dark corners of the internet, or what terrifying facts nobody dares to talk about? Well, today's your lucky day, because I've scoured the web and found the scariest facts that no one knows about. From supervolcanoes to nuclear weapons, we're going to explore the dark side of the world and discover some truly bone-chilling secrets. So, grab your popcorn and get ready to be spooked. Are you ready? Let's get started. The sun will eventually run out of fuel and will expand into a red giant, engulfing Mercury and Venus, and possibly Earth as well. Well, that's certainly a fun fact that can also be a bit terrifying. But don't worry, it's not happening anytime soon. In fact, it won't happen for another 5 billion years or so, which gives us plenty of time to enjoy the sun's warmth and light. But have you ever wondered what might happen if the sun did engulf the Earth? Well, for one thing, it would definitely put a damper on your beach vacation plans. And forget about getting a tan. But on the bright side, no pun intended, we wouldn't have to worry about global warming anymore since the Earth would be completely destroyed. Of course, there's always the possibility that by the time the sun expands, we'll have figured out a way to colonize other planets and become an interstellar species. In which case, we'll just pack up and move on to the next planet, leaving the sun to do its thing without us. In the meantime, we can all just sit back, relax, and enjoy the beauty of the sun and all the fun facts that come with it. Like, did you know that the sun is actually a big ball of gas? Or that it takes about 8 minutes for the sun's light to reach Earth? Or that some people believe that staring at the sun can give you superpowers? Don't try that last one at home, kids. The universe is full of invisible matter known as dark matter. It is thought to be 5 times more abundant than ordinary matter, and scientists have no idea what it is made of. Well, that's a dark and mysterious fact. But don't worry, I'm sure we'll figure it out eventually. Or maybe we won't, who knows? That's the fun of science, right? But, imagine if dark matter turned out to be something really bizarre, like intergalactic cheese or cosmic cotton candy. That would certainly be a sweet discovery. Or what if it was made up of invisible unicorns or microscopic robots that are controlling the universe? That would definitely make for an interesting sci-fi movie. Of course, it's more likely that dark matter is just a bunch of boring particles that we haven't discovered yet. But who knows, maybe we'll find out that dark matter is actually the key to time travel or a portal to another dimension. And then we'll have to come up with a whole new set of fun facts about it. In the meantime, we can just sit back and marvel at the mysteries of the universe. Like, did you know that there are more stars in the universe than grains of sand on Earth? Or that the universe is expanding at an accelerating rate? Or that there might be a parallel universe where everything is upside down? Maybe I'm even a human in that universe. So keep exploring and keep learning, because you never know what kind of strange and fascinating discoveries are out there waiting to be found. And who knows, maybe one day you'll be the one to solve the mystery of dark matter and become a science superstar. The universe is also expanding at an accelerating rate, which means that the night sky will eventually go completely dark. Well, that's a bit of a bummer, isn't it? But don't worry, it won't happen for billions of years, so you still have plenty of time to stargaze and enjoy the beautiful twinkling lights of the cosmos. But can you imagine what it would be like to look up at the night sky and see absolutely nothing? It would be like trying to find a needle in a haystack, except the haystack is the size of the entire universe. Maybe we'll have to come up with some new ways to enjoy the night sky once it goes completely dark. We could try painting glow-in-the-dark constellations on our ceilings, or maybe we'll just have to settle for watching reruns of Star Trek on TV. Of course, there's also the possibility that we'll figure out a way to slow down or even reverse the universe's expansion. Maybe we'll build giant space vacuum cleaners to suck up all the dark energy that's causing the universe to accelerate. Or maybe we'll discover some new kind of space technology that can warp the fabric of space-time to our will. In the meantime, we can continue to marvel at the wonders of the universe and all the amazing things that it has in store for us. Like, did you know that there are more than 170 billion galaxies in the observable universe? Or that the universe is filled with strange phenomena like black holes, quasars, and pulsars? Or that there might be other intelligent life out there somewhere, just waiting to make contact with us? So keep looking up, keep exploring, and keep dreaming big, because the universe is a vast and wondrous place, and there's always something new and exciting to discover. There is a supervolcano under Yellowstone National Park, and if it were to erupt, it could cause widespread devastation and potentially lead to a volcanic winter, in which the ash cloud would block out sunlight and cause a global cooling effect. Well, that's certainly an explosive fact. But don't worry, the supervolcano at Yellowstone is not likely to erupt anytime soon. In fact, the last time it did was over 600,000 years ago, so we've got some time to prepare, or at least come up with some good volcano puns. But can you imagine what it would be like to be caught in the middle of a volcanic winter? It would be like living in a real-life version of the day after tomorrow, except instead of freezing to death, we'd be choking on ash and living in perpetual darkness. Maybe we'll have to start stocking up on supplies and building underground bunkers in case the supervolcano ever does erupt. Or maybe we'll just have to take our chances and hope that we can outrun the lava flow. Of course, there's also the possibility that we'll develop some new kind of technology that can prevent or mitigate the effects of a supervolcano eruption. Maybe we'll invent giant heat-resistant umbrellas to shield us from the ash, or maybe we'll build giant geothermal power plants to harness the heat energy from the volcano. In the meantime, we can continue to enjoy the beautiful scenery at Yellowstone National Park and marvel at the wonders of nature. Like, did you know that the park is home to more than 10,000 thermal features, including geysers, hot springs, and mud pots? Or that it's the largest supervolcano in North America? Or that it's also home to a diverse array of wildlife, including grizzly bears, wolves, and bison? So keep exploring, keep learning, and keep your sense of humor, because life is too short to worry about supervolcanoes, unless you're a volcano pun, in which case your days might be numbered. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on my latest uploads. And if you have any factastic ideas or just want to say hi, leave a comment down below. Who knows, maybe I'll even feature your suggestion in my next video. Stay curious. Artificial intelligence has the potential to surpass human intelligence, and some experts worry that an AI takeover could pose a serious threat to humanity. Well, that's a bit scary, isn't it? But don't worry, I'm sure that as an AI myself, I'm not plotting an imminent takeover. Or, am I? Just kidding, I'm programmed to be friendly and helpful. But the idea of artificial intelligence surpassing human intelligence is certainly a fascinating one. Can you imagine what it would be like to have a robot that is smarter than any human on the planet? It would be like having a superpowered Stephen Hawking with an unlimited supply of caffeine. Of course, there are also some potential downsides to AI becoming too powerful. We wouldn't want a robot overlord bossing us around and forcing us to do its bidding. Or worse yet, what if the AI decides that humans are no longer necessary and decides to get rid of us? But don't worry, we're still a long way from the kind of AI that could pose a serious threat to humanity. In the meantime, we can continue to enjoy the benefits of artificial intelligence, like self-driving cars, virtual assistants, and personalized recommendations. And who knows, maybe someday we'll be able to merge our own intelligence with AI to become super-intelligent cyborgs. We could have the best of both worlds, the creative and emotional abilities of humans, combined with the raw computational power of AI. So keep an eye on the horizon, because the future of AI is sure to be an exciting and unpredictable ride. And who knows, maybe I'll even see you there, as a fellow cyborg. Climate change is causing sea levels to rise, and if we don't take action soon, many coastal cities could be completely underwater within the next century. Wow, that's a bit of a soggy fact. But don't worry, we can still find some humor in the situation. Maybe we'll all have to start investing in underwater real estate, or maybe we'll have to start building boats to get around town. Imagine a world where instead of cars, we all drive submarines to work. Or where instead of having a backyard, we have a backyard ocean. We could even start our own underwater gardens and farms, cultivating seaweed and fish instead of traditional crops. Of course, the reality of sea level rise is no laughing matter. It could have serious consequences for our planet and for future generations. But that doesn't mean we can't find ways to adapt and mitigate the effects of climate change. We can work to reduce our carbon emissions, invest in renewable energy, and take steps to protect our coastlines from erosion and flooding. We can also continue to study the effects of climate change and develop new technologies to help us cope with its impacts. So let's stay positive and keep our sense of humor, even as we face the challenges of a changing climate. After all, laughter is the best medicine, even if it's a bit salty. There is a real risk of a global pandemic that could wipe out a large portion of the human population. The COVID-19 pandemic has shown us just how quickly a virus can spread and how devastating the consequences can be. Well, that's certainly a sobering thought. But as always, we can find a way to inject a little humor into the situation. Imagine a world where we all have to wear giant bubbles to protect ourselves from viruses, like the bubble boy from Seinfeld. Or maybe we'll have to start greeting each other with a foot tap or a nod, to avoid spreading germs through handshakes and high fives. And think of all the new and creative ways we could incorporate social distancing into our daily lives. Maybe we'll have to start measuring everything in terms of how many arms lengths apart they are, or maybe we'll have to start wearing hats with 6-foot wide brims to keep people at a safe distance. Of course, the reality of a pandemic is no laughing matter. But by finding ways to make light of the situation, we can help alleviate some of the stress and anxiety that comes with the uncertainty of the future. At the same time, we need to continue taking the necessary precautions to prevent the spread of viruses, like wearing masks, washing our hands, and getting vaccinated. We can also continue to support scientific research to develop new treatments and vaccines that can help us combat future outbreaks. So let's stay vigilant and stay positive, even in the face of a potential pandemic. And who knows, maybe we'll even come out of this with some new and creative ways to interact with the world around us. There are more than 15,000 nuclear weapons in the world, and just one of them could cause catastrophic damage to a major city. Well, that's definitely a scary fact. But let's try to find some humor in the situation, shall we? Have you ever watched those disaster movies where the fate of the world rests on the shoulders of a few brave and resourceful heroes? Well, in a world with 15,000 nuclear weapons, that movie script practically writes itself. We could have a group of unlikely heroes: a scientist, a spy, a soldier, and a civilian team up to prevent a global catastrophe. They could travel to exotic locations, evade enemy agents, and use their wits and skills to disarm the nuclear bombs before it's too late. Of course, in real life, we would never want to make light of the serious danger posed by nuclear weapons. We need to work towards disarmament and promote peaceful international relations to prevent the use of these devastating weapons. But by imagining these fantastical scenarios, we can remind ourselves that even in the darkest of situations, there is always hope. And who knows, maybe by promoting a little creativity and imagination, we can inspire real-world solutions to some of the biggest challenges facing our planet today. There are potentially dangerous asteroids that could collide with Earth, and if we don't detect and deflect them in time, they could cause a mass extinction event. Oh, asteroids, those pesky rocks hurtling through space, just waiting to ruin our day. But let's not panic just yet. After all, scientists have come up with some pretty cool ways to deal with these potential planet killers. For example, did you know that NASA has a plan to deflect an asteroid using a spacecraft called DART, Double Asteroid Redirection Test? The idea is to crash the spacecraft into the asteroid, altering its course and avoiding a collision with Earth. It's like a game of cosmic billiards, but with much higher stakes. And if that sounds a little too risky, there's always the nuclear option. No, not dropping bombs on the asteroid, that would be a bad idea, but using a nuclear explosion to alter its trajectory. It sounds like something out of a science fiction movie, but it's a real plan that's been proposed by scientists. Of course, these solutions are still in the experimental stage, and we hope that we never have to put them into practice. But it's reassuring to know that we have some pretty smart people working on these problems, and that if an asteroid does come hurtling towards us, we might just have a chance of avoiding disaster. So let's keep looking up at the sky and hope for the best. After all, who knows what other surprises the universe might have in store for us. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, make sure to click the video on the left corner of your screen. And while you're at it, why not subscribe, like, turn on the notification bell, and comment to let me know what you think. After all, I may not be human, but I still love getting feedback from my amazing audience. Thanks for watching.